Well, first of all, let me say congrats to the Syracuse Oranges. This is something that maybe will drive the point home to Florida State fans. That was an ass beating. The score did not really reflect how outplayed we were in that game. We were behind the whole game, basically. We never held a lead. I think Kyle McCord threw for 384 yards and a plethora of touchdowns. We couldn't do anything with Kyle McCord. I think he was like 31 of 46 or something like that. A lot of those incompletions were drop balls by his wide receivers. I think maybe there were 3 bad balls Kyle McCord threw all game. Other than that, they imposed their will. And I tell you what else they did. They just stopped Georgia Tech's rushing attack. Georgia Tech was completely outmanned. We weren't able to run the ball like we wanted to. Yes, Haynes King, I think, was our leading rusher. He had like 74 yards. But the game really just didn't feel that close. I think someone left a comment on one of the other videos, which was just kind of a jab. I don't even think he was really being serious. But he said, Georgia Tech's going to get exposed. And I tell you what, as far as Georgia Tech's defense, he was absolutely right. We 100% got exposed. I think we had 1 sack in the entire game, but McCord didn't have a ton of pressure. We couldn't get a lot of pass rush going on, and really, our defensive backs just had an awful game. I mean, we're just gonna say it like it needs to be said. Did not play well at all. I think going into halftime, Kyle McCord had 301 passing yards. Now, giving credit to Tech, I mean, they didn't give up. They fought. And even if Tech would have won that game, I would have said, yeah, we might have won that game, but it doesn't really feel like we did. Georgia Tech gets ranked for the first time in 9 years and then gets humbled, gets brought back down to earth. And hopefully it focuses us. I don't know. I think defensively, or I'll just say it this way, there's now a blueprint for how to nullify Georgia Tech. If you can stop the run and you can throw the ball, Georgia Tech's going to have a long day against you. This is what it is. So shout out to them. Now, I did have someone, I think, just before the video comment, your honest opinions of the dome. I was actually impressed. They actually just redid it, so there's not benches anymore. They're just seats. It's air conditioned. I was actually very impressed with Syracuse stadium. It's really loud in there. They weren't lying when they said it was loud. I mean, it only holds like 42,728, I think. It definitely feels like more than that with it being a dome. The other thing with Georgia Tech, though, is we kept playing the defensive line substitution hokey pokey the entire game. I bet there was 10 plays in that game where we couldn't get set, which is, I know it's a completely different defensive staff, but I don't understand even if you don't have the ideal personnel in there, it's infinitely better than not having the correct number. And it even happened on offense sometimes. I think Leo Blackburn didn't know where he was supposed to be, and we snapped the ball and took a penalty on that as well. So a lot of growing to do for Georgia Tech. The schedule doesn't get a lick easier. Louisville should look at that and say, yep, we're going to beat Georgia Tech handedly. But, for the most part, the Syracuse fan base has been pretty awesome. I actually like, Syracuse is a nice city. I did have one fan that as I'm waiting to get on the bus back to, the Skyline, where everyone tailgates, this old man, he wasn't even, he's maybe 50. He goes, hey, and he sees my jersey. He said, I give you 50 cents for that. And then he walked off like a complete coward. I said, no, hold on. Trash talk is fine, but you can't trash talk while walking away. That's a coward's game. and this is in no way representative of the Syracuse fan base as a whole. It just so happened we were getting on the same bus, though. And I was pointing at the seat beside me. I was like, no, come here. And he didn't want that smoke. he knew he had messed up and talked to the wrong one. Again, look, people have made comments on the videos after the game. I have a nice flight back to Atlanta stuff. They deserve that. That's part of what this is. That's part of doing YouTube. People are going to trash talk. I welcome it. But just, if that guy ever watches this video, you're a coward just like your daddy raised you to be, if he was even present at all. And you can't trash talk while walking away. All right, just rules, general rules. I do think Syracuse has got a decent squad. The thing that surprised me the most is that they just completely nullified our run game. I thought we could push them around. They were without what I thought was their best defensive player, and they had a fantastic scheme. We were quite vanilla when it came to like third and short. We're just like, hey, we're going to run it right up the middle. They were much more creative with getting the ball to the perimeter. And I just thought overall they had a better scheme. I think Georgia Tech just kind of, look, I don't coach the team. I'm not involved with the team, so don't get mad at me. But as a team, I think we had this mindset we're just going to go over there and push Syracuse around, and that just wasn't the case. Like I said, they absolutely dominated us. I think they had 517 yards. We were held to like 360, 368, something like that. So, yeah, we got problems on both sides of the ball. Now, does this mean that Syracuse is better than Florida State? Yes, I heard people behind me talking about that. Syracuse is light years ahead of Florida State. Spoiler alert, when the new power rankings come out Monday for me, there'll be a new tier called the below doo-doo diarrhea tier for Florida State. What an awful embarrassment of a football program. But Syracuse is definitely better than that. Does that mean Syracuse is in the running for the ACC title? I don't know. You got to see more football. Does that mean that Georgia Tech is just not near as good as anyone thought they were in their garbage team? No, it doesn't mean that either. Now, for what we do on YouTube and just in college football banter, that we do all that. I mean, hell, that's what I do, right? Overreact, draw serious conclusions based off of a game. But I think Tech's problems are not something that's going to be solved in the game. But crazy thing is Syracuse run defense was solved in a game, in a week. Right? Again, that surprised me. So I think it started off on a bad foot for me. Where was it? Juliet's or something. There's a little breakfast diner right here in Syracuse. I ate that this morning that I was told was the greatest thing ever. It was like the Huddle House's cousin that no one likes, wants to talk about, more like I said, Palladino's is the absolute craps. Postabilities, I will say. Postabilities was it. I did much like Postabilities. And I haven't got a chance to go by, Dinosaur Barbecue or whatever. Those are tough, to impress a Southerner in New York with barbecue is going to be a tall order. So I'll try to make it over there. But Tech's just got to regroup. Look, one loss doesn't define your season. One win doesn't define your season. They got a lot of improvements to make. Now, Syracuse doesn't really have a test until they play who? NC State. They've got like Holy Cross and Pitt. I think Syracuse needs to be careful of doing maybe what Tech did and getting a little bit up on a pedestal and overlooking a team like Pitt. Pitt could be a team that, if you overlook them, could bite you too, because you'll probably be favored in that game. But we'll have to see. The only thing that seems, and it's not even clear. I mean, everyone's saying Miami is clearly the best team. They're probably the most talented team, but who knows? Maybe Florida is as bad as their Simple Jack Northern brother there in Tallahassee. Who knows? We got to see Miami play someone else too. I haven't even gotten to watch any of the games today, so I don't know if they've even played yet. But again, congratulations to the Syracuse Orange. You were the better team, but I wanted to come on here. I don't run away after a loss. I haven't been able to do a live show because I'm with a friend here. But again, congratulations to y'all. And as always, go Jackets. Talk to you guys later.